Hello everyone and welcome to another Team Red Maths challenge with me, Mrs. Coates. In this challenge we are going to create a beautiful piece of Islamic art. On the screen are some examples that you might find in tiles or in mosques or on rugs and carpets and other pieces of art. You'll notice that Islamic art doesn't represent images or figures like a lot of Western art does, so there's no paintings of people or places. It tends to be made up of geometric shapes or floral patterns or beautiful calligraphy that's often repeated, has lots of symmetry or tessellates together, so that means that it fits together, leaving no gaps. So let's get cracking. You're going to need some equipment for this, so you need some paper, a pencil, rubber and ruler, some colouring in pencils or crayons or pens, and something circular to draw around. So I've used sellotape, but you could use anything really, as long as it's big enough to draw inside, but not too big that it takes up the whole piece of paper. So you could use a glass or draw around a tin of soup or draw around a jar of something. You're going to place it on your paper and draw around it, and you should be left with something that looks like this. Then we're going to draw a square around our circle. Now you've noticed that I've extended the lines across, so it's okay to do this as well. That was to make sure that the edges of the square would meet and were definitely long enough. Then all I did was rub them out, so I'm left with a square around my circle. Then we're going to make some different marking points on the image that we've created. So the first one we're going to do is mark halfway along the edge of the square. Now you can do this two ways. You can either measure it, and that gives you a greater degree of accuracy, or you can draw a line halfway down the side of the square by saying where it meets the side of the circle. But remember to try and be as accurate as you can. Then we're going to draw some lines. We're going to draw a line diagonal from each of the corners of the square, and then where we drew the dots halfway down the side of the square, we're going to draw a line straight across and straight up and down, connecting those. So altogether we should have 8 lines. Then what I want you to do is draw a dot where the lines meet the circles. See just here? So draw dots around all of those, because it's really important that we join these together. So from each of the points where the circle meets the square, so the side of the circle lines up with the side of the square, we're going to draw a straight line, and that should make another square. Then we're going to draw a line from the points that we drew in red earlier on. We're going to draw a line connecting those. Then you're going to use either, I used a grey colouring in pencil, or you can just lean a bit heavier or go over these lines a few times in your normal drawing pencil. But make sure you use a ruler and make sure that they really stand out. Then you're going to draw a heavy line on the square around the outside as well. So you should have something that looks like this. Then you can rub out all those connecting lines in that circle. Now take your brightest and boldest colours and colour this shape in. Make it as bright and bold and beautiful as you can. Can you draw it again? And have a go at tiling it. Maybe you can have something that looks like this. How cool is that? Now for some math questions. How many sides does this shape have here? The part that I've outlined in this pattern, how many sides does it have? Can you name the shape? It might not look like ones that you're used to seeing. I wonder why that would be. Or what about this shape in the middle that we made up from the two squares? It's like two squares lying flat on each other. but one's on a rotation. How many sides does that have? The one that's coloured in red. Can you name that shape? How many lines of symmetry do you see? Can you create some of your own mathematical questions? Can you create a new piece of Islamic art and see what questions you can create? And remember, as always, share your learning with us at Attainment or using the hashtag AttainmentMaths, or email your videos and pictures to Mr. Gray at gw20graylee@glomail.org. And I hope you had fun with that one. See you later.